Oh, bit of cannibalism going on here tonight. I'm having a fucking ginger beer.
Oh,
All right, thoroughbreds, welcome back to another episode of Penalty Broncos. We are the number one Broncos podcast that we listen to, and we're looking to give you the best amateur professional advice on the NRL and NRLW teams. I'm coming to you from the Bandwagon Bar. Langers is back from Bali, somehow looking whiter. Uh, how have you been, mate? How's your hiatus treating you?
Yeah, good. Thank you, mate. Yeah, no, it was good. It was good. Nice little family, little get together and a little trip over to Bali. So yeah, no, it was good. All the little kids had a blast. No one got Bali belly or anything like that. Thank fuck. So no, it was good. It was probably really good timing, I guess, to get away and not be able to wrap around some footy because I've missed absolute shocking scenes for these last couple of weeks. So. Good timing of it all, but no, glad to be back in the swing of things, mate. How was
That's the
your
go.
week?
Yeah, no, mine was great. I went out to Charters Towers today just to watch the Charters Towers round of the motocross trials there that they got going on. One of our mates that I used to race with fairly bit, he's from Weeper and he came down for it, so went out and seen him ride. And he's figured out that unfortunately, when we were younger and racing, we had a really, really tough competition above and below and in our age group. So now they've all worked their way into vets. He thought vets was going to be a bit of a cakewalk, but all the fast boys have just joined him.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's pretty much the same deal as what it was 10 years ago, just fighting to fucking stay alive. Um, yeah, the other member of our Ford pack we got online here, itching to truck some nut ringer. What's been happening, mate?
yeah, send me the ball, mate. I'm ready. Not too bad, Britto. Been flat out, mate, as usual, out in Western Queensland, just fucking doing the damn thing. But a few calves to brand this morning. Bit of yard work, we got that sorted. So ready to rip into some footy chat. Probably,
Good
thank God,
stuff.
we didn't play this week. I think because I don't know about everyone else's tipping, but what an absolute shit show. So keen to get around some footy, mate. We'll see how we go.
Yeah, mate, that's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
We'll get to that though. We'll get to a bit of accountability. Before we do move on though, guys, if you are listening to us, wherever you are listening to us, can you please give us a like? If you haven't already, subscribe to us as well and give us a rating. I know Spotify, we've got a 5-star rating at the moment, which is great. Good to see.
Nice.
So yeah, if you can help us out, that helps us with the algorithm, and helps us move forward from there. All right, we don't have a game review to do. Thankfully, we flogged
2 points
fuck
from
out
the
of the
bye.
bye.
Fuck yeah.
We'll take it. We'll take
It
it.
was it was a dominant display.
Yeah.
Uh, if you're following the lads on their Instagrams and whatnot, you would have seen quite a few of them doing the damn thing, relaxing and whatnot. So it was good to see. Hopefully, they come back refreshed and focused.
Definitely.
But we will move on to a bit of origin chat because it would just be diabolical if we didn't do that. First of all, we'll go to the women's. I feel like we missed a trick here. Like, I understand if you want to punch on with the ratings and the ticket sales, you'd split them apart, have people glued to the TV Wednesday into Thursday, then into the weekend with the round of footy. But surely we missed a trick having the girls' game three open for the guys' game one. Like, that's my opinion. What about Ringo, mate? What are your thoughts on that?
100%, mate. Like any content to keep you amused, because I don't know about the rest of the thoroughbreds, but Origin Day, especially game one, it's like a fucking write-off for me. You can be busy
Yep.
as shit, and all you think about is Origin, and you're like, fucking get me to 8 o'clock because this is bullshit. And like you're distracted all day, and it's um, dead of winter, so the sun's fucking gone. You're walking around for what seems like 3 hours waiting for fucking the Origin to start. But they can start on that. It should be at 7:30. It's ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, put the women's game on first. as like a pre-game, you can't tell me that those ratings wouldn't be fucking massive. Where you could have a pre-game women's first half into a halftime show with the final team lists, all that sort of breakdown into the second half, and then you've got 15, 20 minutes of just bang, bang, bang in your face warm up. I think it'd slap, mate. Like I really think it'd go well, and I understand they're trying to break it up, but why? Like make Origin night and everyone get around it. Because I remember going to one in Suncorp. I think there was a 19s game, and then there was a police citizen, like coppers versus army or some bloody thing, whatever it was. Fucking banging, mate. It should be on the fucking TV because it just gets everyone amped up. But anyway, I know what everyone else's opinions are, but I reckon the women's game should definitely be the curtain raiser.
Mate, can you imagine the scenes? The girls go down to a fucking decider, game 3. You've got everyone baying for blood in that one, and then we roll that into game 1 where, you know, everyone's peaking. The players are out there to set the standard straight away. Minute 1, you got that from the back fence runoff sort of thing. So, yeah, I reckon it'll be, they need to do it, and they need to move it a little bit more forward. Like you said, my day's already written off. Do the school pickup. If I can do that earlier, I'm doing that early and just sitting in front of the couch, mate. She's all gone. So what about you, Langers, mate?
No, yeah, I'm with you, lads, 100%. I don't know why they won't put it before the men's. It sort of makes sense. There's obviously some reason behind it because it's too logical for to not happen, you'd think, you know. So there's obviously some reason, you know, whether they don't want to split the profits or whatever, you know, get 2 games on 2 different nights. You get 2 lots of people coming, 2 lots of tickets being sold, that sort of stuff. But, I mean, you want to grow the game of the women's, you know, NRL, then, yeah, putting it before the men's, wouldn't it? That makes the most sense to me. I think everybody would wrap around it, you know, if they're going to play it before the men's. You know, if the men's start at 8 or whatever, then yeah, put the women beforehand. I'm pretty sure if people can't get to the actual ground and they want to wrap around it on TV, I'm sure they'll still find the time at 6 o'clock to wrap around it as well. And who doesn't want to watch 2 games of quality footy? So yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. So there's obviously a glaring reason why that we can't see.
Yeah,
obviously
we've got to get Antiques Roadshow in just before the Origin.
Obviously not this year when they potentially could whitewash us. That'd be shit. We'll do it next year. Next
year.
I'll run through the team list here for the women. Cockroaches, Abby Church, Jamie Chapman, Jessica Surges, Isabella Kelly as captain, Jamie Frezard, Tiana Panatani Gray, Jessie Southwell. Now I am going to absolutely struggle because I am off the mark with the women at the moment. Simema Tafu, I think it is, Keely Davis, Ellie Johnson, Kezi Apps, Yasmin Clydesdale, Olivia Kernick, Jocelyn Kelleher, Kennedy Charrington, Sarah Togatuki, Emma Varon, and then in the reserves I've got Olivia Higgins, Shaylee Bent, and Bridie Parker. For the Cane Toads now, and so the ins are Bridie Parker, Olivia Higgins. They don't have any outs either, unfortunately.
Yeah.
For us, our ins, Destiny Brill, Emily Bass and Georgia Hanaway, and outs Keely Joseph and Tamika Upton. Tamika is definitely injured. I haven't seen anything about Keely, so I've got a question about that one in a bit. Fullback, well-deserved Hayley Maddock. On the wing, Julia Robinson, Shanae Sissoko, nearly a complete Broncos shutout here, but we've got Rory Owen and Jasmine Peters in the other backs. Taryn Aiken, Lauren Brown are at the halves. Mackenzie Wheel, Destiny Brill. Well done, Destiny, for getting the call-up. Jessica Elliston, Siana Lofipu, Romy Tetzel, Ali Brigginshaw at lock, Georgia Hanaway, Sophie Hollyman, Chelsea Lenarduzzi, and Tavana Papali make up the interchange. And then we've got Jada Ferguson at 18 with Emily Bass at 19. straight off the bat, guys, I understand thoroughbreds that there was a bit of hype in the media this week about the hate mail that Ali and her family have received. That is 100% not on. And I mean, you're entitled to your opinion. You are not entitled to send it to them.
Yeah,
Threaten someone,
Exactly.
whatever it is. And this is going to just make my comment tee off the mark probably the wrong way. But if Keely's not injured, I don't feel like Ali should be at 13 to make, like, I don't feel like Keely should have made way for Ali. I feel like Ali probably should have just dropped off. I understand that maybe there was some, I don't know, optics around just getting rid of a legend like that because we are potentially looking at a whitewash. And I do feel for Ali. Maybe she did just stay in one more year too far, and I don't know, she might have some regrets, or she might 100%. I mean, I'm sure she was confident in doing a job, otherwise she wouldn't have put her hand up. But yeah, I don't know if that was the right play, unless Keely's injured, of course. If she is injured, totally, yeah, sure. Like, I understand why we did that. Langers, mate, your thoughts on both teams and whatnot, how the game's going to go, mate?
You hate to say it, but that New South Wales team sounded pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, I'm definitely worried for whitewash. I think it's definitely on the cards. I don't know how the bookies have seen it, but I think they'll probably be of a similar opinion.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, go on with $1.20 favourite.
$1.15 up against $5.50.
Get the fuck on that, surely.
I mean, like $5, why wouldn't you? Like, you
$5,
might as well, right? Like,
it is Origin at the end of the day. Like,
responsibly, of course.
Yeah, exactly right. And like you said, you've got the Broncos back line there. You got Taryn Aiken. They can put it all together. Ali, she's got the experience and the leadership, obviously. So, you know, more unlikelier things have happened. So for $5, why not?
Mate,
so yeah, what's Queensland playing 13 plus?
What a responsible person we have here.
Yeah. Gamble responsibly. That means do as I say, not as I do.
If you must know, I'll find it here for you. She's not looking good. 13 plus is $19.
That's nearly a best bet for the week.
Maybe.
What about you, Ringer? Oh, are you done, Langers? You got any other chat on that, mate?
Yeah. I'm worried.
What about you, Ringer, mate?
Langers is straight into sports bet, throwing that shit on. Gotta resonate with those sentiments. The New South Wales just look like they've been professional for longer, if you know what I mean, like body shape wise. Like, the outside backs are fucking weapons. And not that ours aren't, but just, apart from Julia, the body shape is just ridiculous. Like, they are so big and athletic, thick, strong. And that's what's hurt us, is we have not been able to match their physicality. So it's going to be a tough ask for the girls. It really is. But, Origin is a different game. A few new faces in there. They're going to have a big point to prove. Not to get swept, and, no doubt they're going to be having a dead set crack. I completely agree. I have no idea, unless Keely's hurt, why would you take her out of the 13 role? Why
would you take her out of the team?
Out of the team completely, exactly. Like, and I understand, Ali's been there, and it definitely wasn't her fault. I don't think that we've been, beaten to a pulp.
Yep.
But does moving her to the middle of the field sort of shore up any of those questions that we've had? So, yeah, that's definitely something. I don't know. Keely must get on someone's nerves, because she got left out of a few sides now for apparently no reason. So, I don't understand that. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. But, yeah, New South Wales at the moment, they're red hot. Team looks incredible. But that's the same as every Origin, isn't it? Like the New South Wales team's going to look good. The girls have just got to aim up and put their body on the line and get in front of them, and stranger things have happened. That's for true.
Yeah. I tell you, last year, game 1, it looked the same. New South Wales came out, it looked like they'd been training a lot longer. They'd taken it that next level before Queensland did, and then this year they seem to have done the same.
Yeah.
But we dug out. Obviously, we won last year. We dug out some gritty wins to crawl back the series, but unfortunately, whether we just didn't have the right mindset in game 2, it just wasn't there. It was a bit of a shit fight. I mean, that rain that came down, but at the same time, New South Wales turned it on, man.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
And that's where the physicality comes into it for me, is that they're just so big and strong in those wet conditions, they just couldn't go with them.
Yeah, 100%. So I did notice she is there, Ellie Johnson at prop number 10 there for New South Wales. Big fan of her and her sister. They do great things. And then you've got Jess Surges, you've got Jamie Chapman, just legends of the game in waiting. But it'd be interesting to see how Hayley and Julia and Shanae link up out there on that edge.
Yes,
because that'll be potentially top of the ladder linkage in the NRLW come July. So we'll see how it goes there. All right, we will move on to the men's team list here. Once I get that open, Sportsbet has it $2.23 to the Maroons and $1.67 to the Blues.
Sure.
Wednesday, Suncorp Stadium, 8:05 p.m. Now, unless somebody can dig it out for us, that's very interesting. All of the New South Wales in the team list images here are in their Blues jerseys. All of the Queenslanders are in their club jerseys.
Oh, righto.
Yeah, right.
Just throwing some gentle shade at us.
Yeah.
Fuck y'all.
What are we doing there? Rando came out with a stat. I'm pretty sure it's been a while since they won back-to-back Suncorp Stadium. Obviously, they won last year there, but yeah, so it's going to be interesting. New South Wales team list, we got Dylan Edwards, Brian To'o, Stephen Crichton, Latrell Mitchell, Zach Lomax, Mitchell Moses, Nathan Cleary, Mitchell Barnett, Reece Robson, Payne Haas, Liam Martin, Angus Crichton, and Isaiah Yeo round out the run-on side. Then we've got Connor Watson, Spencer Leniu, Hudson Young, and Max King on the bench. In the reserves, we've got Campbell Graham, Stefano Utomano, and Hamole Olakawatu as the reserves there. For the Queensland Cane Toads, Kalen Ponga at fullback, Xavier Coates, Robert Toyer making his debut, Hamiso Tabuao Fido, Valentine Holmes, Cameron Munster, Daly Cherry Evans, Mo Fodawaker, Harry Grant, Tino, Ruben Cotter, Jeremiah Nanai, Patrick Carrigan for the run-on. Interchanges, Tom Dearden, Lindsay Collins, Beau Fermor, Trent Lorero. In the reserves, Kurt Mann, Jesse Arthurs, and Finifuaki from the Dolphins there. Both great teams. I can see why it's short. I don't know how to feel. I'm excited. I'd love to see Big Latrell get shut down by Robert Toyer.
Oh, wouldn't that be...
just a display for the ages would be great. I went back and watched the Roosters v Rabbitohs game, because that was the game that Latrell played centre on Toyer's side. Latrell didn't fire a shot that game. The Rabbitohs won, yes, but Toyer kept him under wraps as well. So I wonder if that's what Billy's seen. And what persuaded the selection there. So I'll get your thoughts, Ringer mate, on the game. What's going to happen? How do you see it going down?
What
are you looking to see?
How good's Origin time, mate? Because it's all unknown at this point. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's the most exciting part, especially the lead up to game one, is that it's all up in the air. And because it's been such a great theatre for so long, literally anything could happen. Like,
Yeah.
them winning
Yep.
by 30 is on the table. Us winning by 25 are on the table. It going down to a golden point fucking shootouts on the table. Like, it's all unknown. And that's why I love it so much. I'm hoping Kalen pulled his finger out this year, because we just witnessed the Fletcher Sharp fucking masterclass for the night. So you're hoping that sort of, but Kalen around good players, you're hoping, might spark him a bit. He's done it before. He's used to the stage. He's safe as fucking houses under high ball. So, that's all that. I'm liking Val on the wing. Val scores fucking tries for fun in Origin. He's one of the top try scorers for Queensland in the game. Obviously, Robert Toyer, all eyes on him in the first couple of sets, but we all know Origin rookie at Suncorp, like, he's going to have a lot of pressure, but that kid's going to be fucking valve bouncing. He's like, good luck. Like, he's going to be so much nervous energy. Could get him set off, could get him putting shots on Charlie, like, same thing. A lot of things can happen. And, every year, it doesn't matter what game it is. If Origin come down to who had the better team, Queensland would never fucking win one. To be fair, like, it just wouldn't. Like, they can pick from so many. On paper, they've always seemed to have a better team, but it's not, what's the fight in the dog in the fight. They don't have a monster, in my opinion. Even with Cleary and Moses, they don't have that unpredictable fucking pull some bullshit out of his ass, skip across field, grab a re-get, you know what I mean? And Harry Grant, I think, is a big point of difference. Reece Robson's safe as houses, will tackle his dick off. You know exactly what you're going to get from Reece, but he's not going to kick a 40-20. He's not going to scoot out a dummy half and, throw 14 dummies and then put someone under. And one thing I think that we do have is that shutout speed, that if we break a line, Hammer's there. Good ball.
Yeah.
Val's there. You know what I mean? And then, so there's stuff like that. That's where I was, if they were to pick Pappenhausen, I thought, well, at least they're going to have a last line of defence in New South Wales, like, speed-wise, but across the park, Crichton's quick, not overly fast. Lomax also quickish, but he's not, not blinding. Like, no one, put it this way, if Hammer gets half a sniff, no one's getting near him. Not a fucking chance.
Yeah.
And same with Xavier Coates. Get that big fella into the backfield with those 14.5-metre strides that he seems to be able to put in. Like, good luck. So that's one advantage I think we might have. Maybe some early kicks to turn people like Trell around, who, not terribly used to that big a physicality in the big stage. So, yeah, it'll be very interesting. You can't... Yeah, it's so much fun in this time of year. But in saying all that, Cleary and Moses scare the absolute fuck out of me with what they're going to do with the kicking game. We need to be very, very good in our positioning and kick returns, because them pair of fuckers they are the two best kickers in the game. Like, it's just 1 and 2 quite easily. So, so can't wait, mate. Absolutely can't wait. Can't wait for Tino. We big miss last year. We did. Tino will clean up shit all night. They'll keep running. And he's got to sort of try and cancel out pain, I suppose. So, yeah, very interesting. I wouldn't mind betting, this is my smoky, I wouldn't mind betting that Liero goes to 18 and Mann plays 17 on the night. Just because of the team they've picked with the debutant, I think it's just better cover. Than running. You're going to, if they play Liero, even though Mann will be a debutant, he's 32. He's a bit more savvy around the game, a few more winters under his belt. So you're going to have Rob Toyer, Liero, and both of them all debuting. So I wouldn't mind betting they swap that the night of, because Mano can cover a lot more positions than Liero, and depending on how well Paddy and Tino are going, they could play 70 at least. So, yeah. So I'll shut up now and be playing with myself all the way up until kickoff, I guess, and just going over the bloody possibilities.
Oh, mate, it's like the night before Christmas as an adult, hey? Just all day, though. Just
Yes,
all
well.
day. It's one of the world's greatest edging fucking that I've ever heard of. What about you, Langers, mate? How you seeing this unfold? What are you looking for?
Mate, I love Origin time. I am just like every other blue-blooded Australian and Queenslander, I guess. Yeah, absolutely fucking love Origin. Reading the team list for the New South Wales team, it's nerve-wracking as a Queenslander, because, like, if they said that was the Australian team, you wouldn't be surprised. Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sweet, but yeah, so their team is stacked. There's no denying that. But it's not like Queensland are putting up shit either, like the Queensland team's got some depth. They've got enough in the team to get the W for sure. I think there are probably a little bit more question marks in the Queensland team. You got Ponga, obviously. He's anything but a question mark. I will question that judgment, because he should have been firing, 10 rounds ago. He still isn't. He still made the team. You can see why he is in the team, absolutely, but he hasn't exactly been killing it this year, so definitely a question mark on him. Harry Grant, same again. He hasn't played that much footy of late, so hopefully he can do Harry Grant shit, as we all know he can. That's probably why he got picked, despite the lack of game time. You got, Rob Toy obviously making his debut. Hopefully he can just fucking rip and tear. Hopefully the big lights and the big stage won't be too much for him, and he can just find a blue jersey and iron the cunt out. But no, apart from that, like I think the most exciting thing is, for me, is Tommy Dearden in the 14. That to me it opens up a lot of doors. There's a lot of ways you can play someone like Tommy. He's a good cover for injury if someone does get ironed out unexpectedly. So, he's a good cover for that. I really like the idea of Tommy coming into the team. It's a hard one, isn't it? Because, you can definitely see the New South Wales team just fucking putting 20 on the Queenslanders. But then you can also see the Queenslanders winning as well, like what the ringer said, no one can really match the speed of Hammer. So, if he can get into the back line there, he's gone. So if they can do that a few times, who knows? You got Big Tino. I'd hate to have to tackle that bloke, especially after missing Origin and, the pride that bubbles through that man on a daily basis. So, good luck being in front of him. So it's definitely building up to be a classic Origin game where, yes, New South Wales are the favourites, but that doesn't mean that Queensland are just going to get absolutely flogged. So should be good. And hopefully we can get a Queensland W.
Fuck yeah. I get antsy just talking about Origin.
You'd have a cold shower after this.
Mate. Kalen, I don't know. Hopefully, I think that whole, I don't know if you guys heard about it, but in the 15 minutes that the open training happened the other day, Kalen was on the sideline, not training, but then the journos got shoved out. No one was allowed in. I almost guarantee you that was mind games. Kalen back in training within 15 minutes of them being gone, sort of thing. Like, you don't go from having, needle injections in your ribs to having a quad complaint. What are we doing here? But anyway, who knows? Xavier Coates versus Zach Lomax, an aerial battle for the fucking ages. And you've got Mitchell Moses and Nathan Cleary. That's where they're going to go. I reckon Xavier's up to it. hang that picture in the Louvre of him taking that absolute clanger, not a clanger, absolute specky a couple of weekends ago. Robert Toyer, 100 kilos and 183 centimeters up against Latrell Mitchell of 102 kilos and 193 centimeters. So
couple of
yeah.
big boys in the centres.
Good little matchup, yeah.
Yeah, a couple of bit you got, and you'll have Xavier on Lomax on that one edge. That edge, that side of the game is going to be explosive all night.
Yeah.
And it's not like they're going to be able to go that, like they're going to have to go that way. I don't think that they're going to go as much traffic down To'u's, if they want to, sort of thing. So they're just going to have to go that way. But yeah, I don't know. Val Holmes doing his thing. Munster just being scary. Mitchell Moses is the one that scares me the most. Yeah, his kicking game and the fact that what he did to us last year without Cleary, he scares me the most, sniffing around there. But yeah, same as with Harry Grant, what you guys said. Tino, if he gets the first carry off the kickoff, it'll be pretty huge.
Yes.
Him up against Haas is going to be great. Love to see it. I think Ruben Cotter and Mo will shift to the bench before kickoff.
Right.
And I think they'll bring Lindsay Collins on, and I would say that they may put Beau Fermor in straight up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know Ruben's obviously got runs on the board. But yeah, that's something that Billy would do, I reckon. It's definitely the Mo thing. But I mean, at the same time, Mo's good there to just wear out the first 15, 20 minutes, go hard, get the energy out, and then we'll bring Big Lurch in to swap him out. But yeah, and then Paddy, it'd be interesting to see how he goes back at lock. And fucking, if he kills it, the media roar of pressure on Madge to bring him back to lock will be incredible. But I like your Kurt Mann shout. Would Trent be 18th, or would you bring Jesse to 18th just in case we do lose a back there?
No, I'd keep Trent at 18th because what I'd be banking on bringing Mano on is that he can cover centre. So if you lose a winger, your centre shifts out and then he'd play centre. If you lose a forward to foul play, you automatically get your Trent Liero on. And he can slot straight into the forward rotation. I'm just thinking if you got a better chance of losing an outside back to, how it goes now with a high tackle, because if they half miss someone, blah blah blah, what do they call it? Hip drop or something like that. You might be able to activate your 18th man, and if Mano's already playing in 17, I think it gives us a better sort of cover for any position, because we've seen what happened last year with when they just ironed out Reece. But for fuck's sake, if you had that sort of a shifty player on the bench that could fill any hole, and Hammer went to fullback, we almost, like, we pumped them anyway, but I mean, we almost don't miss a beat, if you know what I mean. So, but yeah, they might be earmarking Beau Fermor for that role because he's played a bit of stand-up for the Titans.
True.
So that's a big step up.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, it's going to be... I reckon they're going to start Cotter.
Yep.
Just defensively.
Yep.
And then use him as a middle rotation. And then just bring Fermor onto the edge after the sting comes out, and then Cotter will be playing in the middle somewhere. But yeah, God only fucking knows what the Bush Park Billy's got up his sleeve.
Who knows? All I know is that when Spencer Lino takes his first run, I'm going to be yelling at the TV.
I want Lindsay Collins to be on the field. He can be the sacrificial lamb to just ice.
Yeah. I just want someone like Tino to just get horizontal into his ribcage. Fucking hell. Just be a wedge and just smack him. But that's what Origin's all about. We get to see that stuff. I do agree with you with the Robson thing. I mean, he's gonna throw pill, great service, and there's no defensive lacking all game. But there is no creativity. all their creativity is going to come straight from their 6 and their 7.
Yeah.
And I am interested if Latrell gets shut down, we win by a big margin, I feel. If he just goes quiet, he can do that. He just never gets involved. But if he gets involved, fucking hell.
Well, I think that's sort of the double-edged sword, isn't it? We've got to give him the ball as much as possible to try and wear him out. So, like in shit positions, so that when they're coming to attack, he's not. Because when he gets it fresh, like he might only touch the ball 10 times, but in that period, he has 4 tackle breaks, 6 offloads, and fucking 2 try assists. Like, damn it.
Yeah, and a big boot to fucking go with it.
Exactly. Yeah.
That'd be good if he's on and we still get the W. That'd be fucking great.
Yeah.
Be keen for that. The refs, we got Ashley Klein as a referee, Dave Munro and Phil Henderson on the touch judge. I don't mind Phil Henderson. But we have Chris Butler, Go-Go Gadget, senior review officer in the bunker.
Klein would be good. I like Klein. Like, he's pretty fucking...
I do. Yeah, I do. He's not everyone's favourite, but I actually do.
But he's been around long enough to know that Origin is different. Because that's one thing we do know. All those petty little penalties are just going to disappear for Origin.
Hope so.
You hope so, anyway. Like, you just hope they let them sort it out. Keep them back 10 and just let them fucking attack each other.
Yeah, that's it. And Munster, mate, please. Just give us a Munster performance, please.
I fucking hope he's been on the piss all weekend this weekend.
Just running an absolute fuckery.
Just running absolute fuck. Ringing up Billy, can I have another day on the piss? No, can't come back to trade. Give us another 2020.
Oh, shit. All right, we'll move on from the Origin chat. We do have a quick announcement with a hat giveaway. We are fresh to this. Langers is our model for this episode. We are fresh to this, so it's look. It was late notice. But yeah, we are new to this, so we understand this isn't a signed jersey. This is just our very first cap. But we will have a graphic going out. So today, if you're listening it on Monday, and it'll be basically predict your Origin score. All you need to do, comment what you think it's going to be, share it as well to your stories or whatever, and you have to be a follower. The closest person to the prediction will win the cap, basically. If there is a tie, it'll be a random generator sort of stuff going on.
You have to fight to the death.
yeah. And we'll announce that we'll do the giveaway on the next episode next week. So definitely get around that if you can. It'd be great. We'd love the engagement and whatnot.
Definitely. I'm glad. All right. I'm glad we decided to go through CTC with these hats because, Thoroughbreds. I took these hats arrived like the day that I flew out to Bali, so I basically got given one and then jumped on a plane, basically. So, took it over to Bali, wore it everywhere in the surf, in the pool, no dramas, went to a safari park, sweated my hole out through it, and came back, no dramas, no sweat stains, no chlorine stains or anything like that. Black is still good, like writing's still there. It's actually, I'm really, really glad that, like sometimes when you buy merch for the first time is they've just gone the $20. And you're like, cool hat. And then you buy it and then, one decent wear and she's big sweat stain all over it or whatever, never wear it again sort of thing. But I'm glad that we actually did go through, Country Trucker Caps because they actually do produce a good fucking hat. I'm pretty fucking happy with these ones. So, if you do...
They're good for big heads.
Good for big heads. Good for fucking big heads. I've got a fucking massive head and it
Look
fits
at this
me.
fucking thing.
If you are lucky enough to win one, Thoroughbreds, you will not be disappointed in the quality, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's it. And it is our first design. Very, very simple. OG sort of stuff is what we were going
Nothing
for.
flash.
That's it. Nothing flash. Just like us. But hopefully we can go back to the watering hole. So Knuckles, for all those that don't know, is CTC on Instagram or whatnot. Have you seen where he is, that lad?
Bro, he goes everywhere.
He's in Monaco on a
Maldives or
fucking
somewhere.
yeah. He's in Monaco for the F1
Ah, good on him.
on a yacht. Good on him.
Good on him.
Happy for him.
He's a weapon, because he does that shit. And then he was out in the fucking Thargomindah and all that for the big flood appeals, like Junda and dropping donations. Absolute weapon, Like he's from around that country. Apparently, does a fair bit of. Grew up a camel racer, so that oddballs they are. The camel racers, but I tell you what, Knuckles has done an absolute job, and
mate. For one of his kind, I guess you could say, to fall into that sort of fame, I guess you could say, and being lucky, it couldn't have happened to a better bloke.
Oh, yeah,
he's doing the right things with it, that's for sure. So happy to get around him. We didn't get any. This isn't an ad either, Thoroughbreds. We didn't get any fucking discount for it. It could be. Fucking Knuckles. Reach out, Knuckles. Jesus. Answer my DMs, mate. All right. If there's one thing that is being a Broncos fan that sort of comes with the territory, is the media presence that we hold. Just fucking anything, good or bad. Good or bad. Now, for a good, we'll kick off with good straight up. Black Dog jersey. Absolutely knocked it out of the fucking park and sold out. Everywhere too. They put up on their little thing. They went, all right, sorry, Broncos store, the pre-sale, all that sort of stuff's gone, but don't worry, retailers will have it on the weekend. Gone. I had people messaging us asking where we could get the jerseys. And I'm like, mate, it's gone. Like unless you want to get a kid's jersey and squeeze into that one, but I even think the kids' jerseys were gone.
Yeah. I couldn't find any at all.
No.
Mate, amazing stuff. And then, so the Broncos have come out, though, since then and said that there'll be another drop. I think they said early next month will be another drop. So hopefully there'll be like a members only launch again.
That factory in Timu is going to be working overtime. Jesus.
Lucky we didn't have any tariffs going on. But no, good stuff. Hopefully, Thoroughbreds, if you got one, send us a photo of it in your kit.
Hell yeah, they look good.
Mate, I'm excited to see the team in fucking against the Titans when they wear it.
Round 14, I think it is.
Round 14, yeah.
Fuck yeah, that'll be good.
And black shorts, black socks.
Everything.
It looks sick.
They
fucking
absolutely
good.
Fucking for them. Like, there's always been a few teams that try this with a message, Beyond Blue and all that sort of stuff. The Manly incident that fucking no one wants to talk about, but they beat around the bush and they fuck it up because sponsors and whatnot. This is the best I've seen, where it's like, this is the Black Dog Institute jersey. Fucking get on board. We're the Broncos. Like, this is going to be the hottest fucking ticket. Can you imagine the amount of kudos you're going to get at Magic Round next year if you're rocking a Black Dog fucking jersey? Like, it's going to be one of the most iconic ever, I think. And I think they're fucking perfectly with the little Black Dog thing up on the shoulders here, and everything else is just white.
The length that they went to as well to get the NRL to black out their logo as well. Like, just apparently it was a year in the making.
Yeah.
They started it last year, so fucking just hats off. You killed it.
Killed it. Whoever designed that fucking...
Whatever other jersey releases are going to come after this, they just looked at that and went, fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Bring us back the diamond one or nothing.
But moving on to the bad stuff now. Actually, no, we'll go another good thing. Return of Ezra. I feel like that was pretty well received.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, obviously his performance helped. He didn't dog shit it, and it shows that he has been doing the work while he's been off. But yeah, how did you guys, Ringer, mate? Did you get a chance to rewatch the game? I know that. Not Ringer, sorry, Langers.
It was hard watching, but Ezra was in fucking everything, mate. All of our creativity come off the back of him, and
Yeah.
And like you said, I was waiting for this, like, especially after the loss, this avalanche of fucking Ezra bullshit, and it didn't really come. Like, there was obviously people in there saying, "Oh, he shouldn't even be playing," blah blah blah. But that was more to do with like, oh, that poor
Punishment.
He should have fucking got more punishment, and then all that sort of shit. And it's like, oh yeah, fair enough. But it was more about just how shit we are as a team at the moment. So for Ezra's sake, you can't help but think that's a pretty good return. So, and
Yeah.
once again, it was necessity because of Hunt's injury. But I mean, he comes in and then goes into a bye, into Origin. He's like the fucking bottom of the news cycle at the moment. So,
Yeah.
who gives a shit, eh? Like, so pretty smart.
Could have been another PR masterclass from
Yeah.
Mr. Donahue there. So, what about you, Langus, mate? Did you get a chance to see what he got up to?
I just watched the highlights on it. I completely missed the game. I totally forgot about it, to be honest. There's a 2-hour difference in Bali, and totally forgot about it and jumped on the phone once I got back onto some Wi-Fi and saw the end result. So I was like, well, I probably won't be rushing to look at this one. So saw the highlights, and that sort of sucked. But no, I think media around Ezra Mam was probably a little bit more quiet because of the role that he did play and the job that he did do. I think if he did come back and just absolutely butcher it and they lost, I think it would have been a bigger sort of noise around him coming back. But from all reports and from the the highlights that I did watch, there was he did feature a few times there, so I imagine that he did get around it, got that try as well. So sort of all reports that I've seen, it's sort of glad to have him back, a bit of fresh legs, that kick chase and that sort of other option. He's probably worked his way back in and earned his spot back full time by the sounds of things.
Yeah, 100%. All right, into a bit of negative stuff here. We'll just list them, I guess, because we just fucking can't seem to stay out of the media. But Alfie and Tallis have come out talking about the team's effort. Alfie wants the senior leadership to stop the rot. Tallis, I don't know. At this point, Tallis is white noise to me. He, as much as Bennett benched him in his last game, he's done a fairly good job, in my opinion, of tarnishing his own legacy at the Broncos. So I don't think there's two parties there to blame. Walsh punching his mate, and then that goes hand in hand with the sacking of Tapua as well. I think one was a standards issue, and I think the other one was just upper management not wanting to deal with that. Because the Walsh thing, I don't get the Walsh thing. I've seen him punch that lad on his stories that many fucking times. Like, seriously, like one of them was, this is what we do for a steak dinner around here, and old mate took a kidney shot.
Yeah, shot to the guts,
and then I think you'll touch on it, Ringer. If you look on the internet, everyone's getting hurt for fun, for money. Like, there's the two mates, for the life of me, I was supposed to look up their names, but they literally have an entire channel where they whip the fuck out of one another. Or they do a contest and it's like closest to the hole, or you got to cop a baseball bat to the shin. Like, just shit like that. Like, they're making money off of it. And Reece has just clocked a mate in the face. Obviously, it's staged. They've got 2 cameras. They've edited it, put it up. There's been a bit in that. So it's not just Reece's loose cannon sitting at home and just goes and fucking smacks his mate sort of thing. What are your thoughts, Ringer?
Yeah, mate, it's a terrible beat up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, people carrying on about standards and, bloody role models and that. I think if they're worried about that, their kids looking up to Reece Walsh and watching that as being a bad role model, I think they need to dig deeper into what their kids are watching online, because I guarantee about 87% of it's fucking way worse. So, it's a fucking beat up, mate. It's a quiet bloody... Even though Origin's on, we can't talk to Latrell because he's got a media ban, so we got no bloody highlights coming out of that. The Origin camps are too nice to each other, so
Spencer refuses to talk to journalists.
Yeah, he's put himself in
It's
his
just
head, so there's no juicy goss getting around.
No fireworks.
It's just fucking ridiculous, mate. But you know, as a double-edged sword, Reece's manager would be going, "Holy fucking content!" Like, you know, imagine the eyes and ears on that channel and all that shit now, just because of all this shit. Like, he's 22 and he's putting funny, dumb shit up on the internet.
Mate,
oh my God, write a headline about it. Fuck me dead.
If you're worried that your kids are going to do that as they get older because Reece Walsh did it, that ain't it. That shit's been happening before Reece was even born. He learnt that from someone else. Like that's not new. So what about you, Langers, mate?
Yeah, I think the main thing that the Ringer sort of touched on was the cunt's 22. You know, like what were you doing when you were 22? You were doing stupid shit just like that as well. The difference is he has a platform that he posts to where a lot more people see it than what you would have done if you had posted it when you punched your mate in the guts or fucking whatever, did some stupid shit. So I think that's where you can understand both sides of it. Like, obviously, like, who fucking cares? Like, is it a slow news week or something that, you know, this is even in the headlines to begin with? And then, you know, you do understand the whole, you know, domestic violence and assault and all that sort of stuff. And he is a role model at the end of the day. You can, you know, you may not like it, but he is 22, but he is a fucking role model as well. He does have a lot of kids looking up to him, and they are of that age where they are, you know, more impressionable than ever. So, you know, like, there is that argument that you can sort of see and agree with, that, like, well, hey, we don't want this bloke where, you know, footy is already a violent, I guess, sport as it is. You don't want these people, these little boys that are already probably more aggressive and violent than normal, then thinking it's okay to just start punching on with your mate for the sake of it, you know, for some laughs, and then, you know, oh, let's film it and see if we can get, you know, what Reece is getting, sort of thing. So you can understand it, but at some point you need to be like, calm the fuck down. Like, there's worse shit to really be worried about than what happened there.
You got the UFC. You know,
exactly right.
That's out of it. You got, what is it, slap contest? I don't watch that shit, but...
And like what the Ringer said, you know, like, if that's the worst thing that your kid has ever seen, then your kid's living a pretty fucking sheltered life. Because I'm pretty sure that, probably 80% of the rest of what they see and witness will be a whole lot worse than that.
And that's the other thing that goes hand in hand with that, is that everyone loves to cherry pick that video. Like, they talk about role models. Oh, you shouldn't do this. You're a role model. If you follow him, like, 80% of his content is golf and his little girl. Like, all his painted nails shit's because of his little kid. You know, they do it together. And, you know, the amount of time he spends and puts in with her. Talk about role model. As a 22-year-old young fella, you know, why aren't they highlighting that sort of stuff too? Saying, you know, maybe be there for your kids, bruh. Like, fuck me. Yeah. Anyway, it'll be Wednesday night at 8:00. No one will fucking remember it even happened.
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
It. Yeah, exactly right.
It's funny on that as well. He paints his nails, gets shit, punches a mate in the fucking head, gets shit. Like, He's probably like, holy shit, I can't. But then as well, what you said, Langers, as well. If we had the fucking social media cameras and shit that we had when we were that age, fucking oath you're posting it. Don't sit there and say, oh, I just wouldn't post it. Bullshit.
Exactly right.
You'd be posting it in a heartbeat. Oh, look what I just did. Fucking...
100%.
Anyway.
Like, bro, imagine having a camera in Blue Dawn back at the BDC days with Terry and Louis Malone and all that, just smacking each other. Fucking there'd be some fucking war crimes getting indicted. I can see that. They'd be put up on fucking UN charges.
Physical and of the fucking biological variety. And our last little topic that seems to not go away, and this is one where I think I'll just get your guys' opinion on what you think's going to happen: the Reynolds saga. So rumors had it, and depending on what you believe, Reynolds is either going to ride off into the sunset, retire at the end of this year, join the coaching, move on, or he's going to play next year, which means we're going to have to move some players on and free up some salary cap space, blah, 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 or he's going to the West Tigers. So, which one is it? Langers, what do you reckon?
If he retires, who replaces him next year? Do we have to go find somebody? And if so, how much cap do we have to offer somebody? Like, who are we going to look at? You know,
well, we have Hunt for another year, and Jock Madden's pretty handy. I like Jock.
So, what do you think? Hunt and maybe Moser, like Moser would go to 9. Maybe Billy Walters if he doesn't go to the Cowboys.
He's going. Cowboys fans, he's going.
Gronk's already up.
Gronk's rubbing his hands together. We'll lose Reece Walsh and the New South Wales hooker.
If we go Mam and Hunt, and then like Reynolds can definitely retire and go to the coaching staff. I think that's a great idea because you always want your great to you would rather your great retire a season early than a season late.
Yeah.
You know, and I love Reynolds. I think that's probably pretty obvious, but if he plays shit, then the whole team plays shit. And I mean, if this season doesn't get any better, then why would you want to stare down the barrel of another year like this, you know? Yeah. So maybe if it doesn't get better, maybe that decision will be taken away from him and he will be shown the door. So who knows? But I think if he's firing, I'm more than happy to have him run around for another year. I don't think too many Broncos supporters would be against that. But I think it's just all depending on how he's firing. And I think he is getting to that stage where, one more year is pushing it, I think. But he did come out a couple of weeks ago saying that, you know, his body's fine. He's fitter than ever. He's loving his footy. He's loving running around. There's no pain or anything like that. So if you're feeling that way, then, you know, age is just a number, as they say. But also him being in the coaching staff of the Broncos is pretty sort of an exciting prospect.
If I can have him in and around Kobe Black.
Yeah, exactly right. So that sort of prospect as well, exciting. I imagine that's where he would go if he was to retire at the end of the year. I'm sure the Broncos would be like, "Oi, stay here. We will pay you accordingly." I would imagine. Reynolds at the Tigers, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Part of me would think that he would go to the Tigers and absolutely fucking kill it, like he kind of did when he left the Bunnies and came to the Broncos. So I don't want him to go to the Tigers. I don't think it's a good move. I'm going to tip retiring and coaching staff at the end of the year if Hunt is going to be his replacement.
Righto. What about you, Ringer, mate?
Yeah, I reckon one of two options here is that the reason that the team looks so discombobulated at the moment and Reynolds, since the Dogs game, has not fired a shot really in organisation or like game control is that he has already signed. Like have already gone, like they're going somewhere else, and that's what's creating that. But the other option is that if that hasn't happened, all of his media always says that he loves being in Brisbane. Yep. Like his family loves it, his kids love it, blah blah blah. The lifestyle's completely different. He loves it. So that puts the Broncos back in the box seat then by saying, "Well, mate, we'll give you until November, but unless you fucking start putting some runs on the board, we are definitely not extending you, and we will bring you into coaching, but we're not going to give you another year if you don't start putting some performances on the board." Yeah. You know, we can't have this roster not play at least finals, if not contend for the title this year. So, I think that there's an adjustment period for Mads. It happened. Every club has this adjustment period when a new coach comes in with new systems. And after the cold light of day, after a couple of very disappointing losses, you hope that's what's at foot. But yeah, I think he's either signed somewhere else and that's what's created all this bullshit around our team, or we're just going through a rough patch and this gives Broncos all the ammo in the world to go, well, we're not giving you another year unless you turn this ship around. If you want to stay in Brisbane, fine, we'll put you as coaching staff, but we are not paying you to be our halfback next year. And I wouldn't muck around with Hunt going to 7. I think the plan, obviously, after Ezra's bloody jaunt the other day was Hunt to hooker. So I wouldn't mess with that. I'd keep hooker because you've got Hunt and Moser. You bring Moser through steadily with that guiding hand, and then you just have Madden just be a game manager. Not going to set the world on fire, but you've got Reece and Ezra to do that sort of stuff for you, and Moser when he comes on. So, yeah, I don't know, mate, but I'd love to see him. If he starts firing again, mate, we've seen it with the Bulldogs in the Roosters game. Like, good luck.
Yeah.
If they turn it on, like, fucking put us in 7th. If we make 7th and we put a run together, no one's beating us. So,
no, exactly.
Anyway.
My theory is that the last couple of games it's been playing on his brain, and that's what has caused that. Now, he has come out, I think it's legit, when he came out and said, I will move on to we don't lose players, I think he's 100% correct on that.
Yeah.
Whether that means he's going to retire or go somewhere else is yet to think. So my theory is that he's got his management to go out, scope around what's going on, because obviously he's legally allowed to do that as of right now. And he's like, find me something, because I don't think the money that they were offering him for the coaching staff was enough. And so he goes, well, I need money. I can't pay the bills on hopes and dreams. So he's gone out, got a potential suitor in the Tigers, and gone, see, I can get another contract. Can you please up that money when I go to the coaching staff? Because obviously, like, he loves it in Brisbane. His socials are just full of Brisbane life, full of Queensland life, kids loving it and all that sort of stuff. So honestly, I think that's all that it was needed. The Broncos went, shit, okay, we'll come to the party a bit more. And I think he retires at the end of the year, goes into the coaching staff. I would have Hunt at 7. Just because he's always whinged about playing hooker.
Yeah.
So just for that reason, we have Moser there, have Hunt there. We've got Madden as a backup. Kobe Black's running around on training fields with Adam Reynolds every other week. When Hunt retires, Kobe comes in. Next year, maybe Kobe can play Origin. Whatnot. We'll see how that goes. We'll go for. I reckon this is his last year. So
okay.
That'll be my. So that's good. We got 3 different opinions. Great.
Yeah. So we're really all over this thoroughbreds. That's you can tell.
But I can't. Fuck. Would you want to uplift your kids to go and play for the Tigers and deal with that shit?
Exactly.
Like, they're going well this year, but even now, even when they've turned it around, there's still just unwanted headlines.
Yeah.
If you believe it, Lockie Galvin's got a Bulldogs jersey this weekend.
I know.
So
you wonder how a club rebuild with and there's so many rumours in there. Like, you have no idea.
Yeah.
They've got that Fino kid at the Tigers. So do they just go, actually, no, you wait, and we've got a 1-year prospect coming. Like,
Reynolds,
fuck me, dude. Like, the soon that Fino goes, and then they're like, after Reynolds retires, the year after would be like, brother. Ooh.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's a fucking strange one. But, News Corp owns us, so probably has something to do with the fucking amount of headlines that follows us around.
Probably. All right, we'll go on to the Gronk now. He's got a bit to say, nothing too aggressive because of the bye week for both of our teams. But he's just got a little bit of chat around the origin and whatnot as well. So here he is.
G'day boys, not much out of me this week. We both did the bye an absolute rugby league thrashing over the weekend, and it couldn't come quick enough, to be honest. So Origin Wednesday night. Here's a little shout out to Bobby T. Billy's thrown me into the absolute fucking fire. A fast track at Suncorp trying to mark up on Big Trelly Mitt, but I will say this: the other day, actually, when they played the Doggies, I was watching it, obviously, before he got picked, and I actually took note of how good of a job he was doing on Bronson Siri, shutting him down. I know, two completely different beasts, particularly Origin Trell, but yeah, big fella, we're all rooting for you, so hopefully he goes well and they don't beat us by 50. Cheers, boys, bye.
Ever the optimist. Bobby T, though.
Bobby T.
That's
Bobby
sticking.
T, love that.
Yeah, that's a good one. I tell you, he's going to have to play like Suncorp. What a better Suncorp. What a better stadium to make your debut on for a Queensland
exactly
team.
right.
Like,
I mean, the lad's been killing it too. You know, like
Exactly.
he's been playing really well, so he should be able to just slot straight in.
Yeah.
Have a good training camp. I think he'll be fine.
I think one thing that sort of got me was that, you know, he was a good player, but for the first 3 rounds, I didn't even know he was Queensland eligible. And then they starting to hear that, oh, yeah, he could, like, he's one of our depth players and all. I was like, oh, fuck yeah, love that. Then when he gets picked, those first couple of photos on the Maroons socials, he is fucking huge.
Yeah,
big boy.
Like, he's a big, thick boy. Like, so, you know, that gives you a bit of confidence that, you know, at least he's a big body. Because we were struggling at centre to get, like, putting Val in front of Trell or Crichton was sort of giving me heebie-jeebies. So, yeah, you know, finding that big body, even if he's got to blood himself for this year, he's a child. He's played 10 fucking games. That's like going down and playing for the bloody Charters Towers Miners for a season and then getting picked for fucking the Cowboys. Like, fuck, man. Yeah, so can't wait. Hopefully, Bobby T.
I just
Put it on a t-shirt.
put it on a t-shirt. I've got his stats here. So in 10 appearances, that's his career, by the way. 10.
Yeah. This is picking.
This is in the 2025 season, although it is. 3 tries. He's had 29 tackle breaks, 3 try assists, 4 line breaks. So a little bit light on the line breaks you would expect, but 93.6% tackle efficiency. He's missed 14 tackles in 10 games.
Okay,
and
1.4 a game. That'll do.
Made 203 so far. Averages
Plays for the
110.
Roosters too, so you know,
Yeah.
it's not like
Average is
he's been
110
playing for the
metres.
Storm either.
Yeah, it's his average 110. Yep.
That's
Yeah,
centre.
wow.
Fuck yeah.
Yep. He's done 1102
Okay.
this season. So the
You
bush
got-
poet back
What
at
was
it.
it? 29 tackle breaks, you said?
Yeah. Yep.
It's pretty fucking good.
It is pretty good for a centre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A young
10
centre
games
in
in.
that team where they usually go to the left to Tupou.
Yep. So, oh,
Mm.
do your magic, Billy, and we
Bobby
will be
T versus
certainly.
Trelly Met.
Yeah,
T versus Charlie Mitt.
that sounds like a fucking Adam Sandler movie. Fuck it. All right. We'll move on to the game ahead, thoroughbreds. We have the ever formidable Manly Seagulls at 4 Pines Park. We don't have any updates in the injuries. Obviously, we've been very good over the bye with the judiciary. Just Reece Walsh copping a fine there for a bit of rebuffal. Patrick Carrigan, I've still got here with this split lip, so that potentially will play into whether he plays and backs up after Origin. He may want to give that a rest. Payne Haas's quad complaint, I know he's been given until tomorrow as well for the Blues, so I highly doubt that he will back up. And then we've got Reece Walsh, who's meant to be back round 13, so he's still a round away. Jack Roswelski is round 14 against the Titans. He'll be back after that broken arm. And Hayes Perham still sitting out the season. Tail of the tape up against Manly. We've played them 34 times. We have had one draw. Manly have won 17. We have won 16. So very tight affair. Currently, they've got us in the completion rate. They're at 79%. We're at 77. We do have them slightly in tackle efficiency. Wins this season, we are 5 apiece. So 5 out of 11. We're on equal points at the moment, tied for that 8th spot. Everyone's had the same amount of buys. We're on a clean slate. Venue win rate, 61% to Manly, obviously 22% for us. It is not a happy hunting ground at 4 Pines. And it's not really a happy hunting ground for many a team. So don't read too much into that one. It's not an outlier, that's for sure. We last met Magic Round last year, just before it all went to shit, Thoroughbreds. And we scraped home on a 1-point win, 13-12. Jock Madden with the clutch. That was the Payne Haas show as well that night.
Me and Britto were there at Magic Round screaming like little girls.
Yeah, we were. Ringer ended up catching a game ball the next day, I believe it was.
That's right.
That was good. Possession on that game was 51% to 49%. Completion was 80% each way. Tackle efficiency, they got us there, 89.11 up against 87.13. Last 5 games, Manly have had, and we'll go from the further, so they had a Sharks loss, Dragons loss, Panthers W, Sharks loss again. Why they played the Sharks?
Oh, no.
That was a quick fucking turnaround. And then they got the W up against the Gronk Cowboys there for their last win. We have gone Warriors loss, Bulldogs win, Panthers loss, Rabbitohs loss, Dragons loss. And we are desperate to turn our season around just by the skin of our for and against, hanging into the top 8 at this point. Ringer, how are we going to go, mate? Scores, predictions, all that.
Mate, not a happy hunting ground, obviously, 4 Pines, but they did just get beaten by 20 by the fucking Eels that didn't have Moses or Lomax. So,
yep.
Rudderless without Cherry, so if Cherry doesn't back up, and I think Reece will play because this is round 13, so pretty sure he might don thy boots. Which would be with Sally not playing if he's not out with that wrist injury.
He's been cleared of that. He's been cleared of that.
Excellent.
Yep.
Okay.
That's why the media. That's why the media jumped up and down. That's another thing we've been in the media about is that Selwyn Cobbo has beef with Billy Slater. And if anyone heard Gordon Tallis on Triple N, he got quite high blood pressure talking about that rumor because he knows who started the rumor, and it's complete bullshit, and he wants to name and shame. So
I'm pretty sure Sally seems to be even, it'd be pretty hard to hate him the way he smiles when he makes a break nearly every fucking time. Like, the kid just looks like he loves playing footy. I don't think there's many bad bones in him. I have no idea. He could be a complete cunt, but I highly doubt it. You don't see many happy kids like that very often.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, so Manly got beaten by a Eels side that were better, but they still didn't have fucking Moses or Lomax, 2 of their strike weapons. So that was pretty disappointing. So we should pump them. Let's get that out of the road. If either of Payne or Paddy back up, just one of them, we should be fucking fine. Yeah. We should get the W here. I think hopefully the bye, internally the team have gone, right, well, we're sick of fucking playing like losers. Renault figures out a bit more about his future. Reece and Ezra back together.
Oh.
Like, sexy.
Yeah. Hook that to my veins.
Yeah, so, mate, we should do them, but 4 Pines is a prick of a place. Can get greasy. It's 7:30 on a Saturday. Pretty sure the wet weather from out here could be there by then. So, yeah, it'll be interesting, but we don't mind in the rain. I don't know. All things say to me we should fucking pump them, but we should have pumped the last 3 teams we played too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am a bit more bullish about if Reece is named with Ezra, because I think that speed duo on that left or right edge, wherever they want to be, really puts teams in some two-mind sort of bullshit that opens up the field a lot more than I think that we've been accounting for. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see who backs up, but yeah, I just want one of Paddy or Payne to back up, and then bring BTK Bendakura off the bench.
Yep.
And yeah, let them ride.
What are you, Langers, mate?
I am loving that the Broncos aren't the favourites on the punting websites this week. It's a nice change that, because like the last couple of weeks they've been heavy favourites to the point where it's like, I'm sort of glad that we haven't been betting too heavily on them the last couple of weeks, because they've obviously shit the bed 3 weeks in a row. But I mean, what a Manly like $1.61 to Brisbane Broncos $2.33. Yeah. So I mean, you take that all day. Like that's damn near free money if you look at it with a certain way.
Gamble responsibly.
Gamble responsibly, but within your means, all that sort of jazz. But no, like after their performance this weekend, you can sort of start to believe that, it's not out of the realm of possibility for the Broncos to claw a W out of it and, claw their way back into the season. I do think if Reece gets named, then Jesse Arthur's anytime try scorer. Oh, he's in the camp, is he?
Yeah, but he won't play.
He'll be able to back up. Yeah, Jesse Arthur's anytime. That's
Jesse Arthur's after being in camp. Fucking thank you very much.
Camp with Reece running the back line, man, getting a quick couple of steps, throw it to him, cut out old Shibba straight out to Arthur's, create the overlap. That's what's happening.
You heard it there first, Thoroughbreds.
Put the fucking house on it. If Reece gets the name, that's what's going to happen.
Metaphorically, of course.
Yeah. Bet responsibly. But no, I'm going to go Broncos, obviously. I'm not going to say Manly are going to beat us. That's fucking disgusting. Yeah. So, no, we'll go Broncos for sure. I mean, depending on how the teams get named on Tuesday, the 13 plus might even be coming into it a little bit. You got a dream, and it's possible. Manly are going shit, so Broncos are going shit. So who knows?
So yeah,
exactly
do with
right.
that information what you will.
Yep, exactly right. So yeah, we'll see in a couple of days how the team lists will obviously affect that. But no, I think the Broncos can get it done, mate. That's for sure.
Especially through the Britto, but especially through the forward pack. Like their forwards got dominated by Parramatta. Yeah. So that's a real opportunity for us. The only one that's dangerous is Olakau'atu, and he didn't get the ball over the weekend. So no doubt against us, he'll probably have the game of his life, as players usually like to do when they play the Broncos. But just to hear what Britto reckons about that little, the middles battle, even if we do have a couple of players out, teams are seeming to get over the Eagles at the moment through the middle.
I can tell you right now, hot off the press, after hearing that Reece is actually back this week potentially, I have slapped a cheeky on the 13 plus for the Broncos as we speak. Because like you said, like you got Cobbo going back out to a nice usual position there. You got Jesse spending a fortnight or a week in camp with the Maroons, just soaking that in. He'll be buzzing. I can't see any Origin players backing up on both sides of this game. I don't think DCE. I don't think so either. Yeah, I think DCE is too old to sort of do that shit. He'll want to look after his body. I'd just be telling Haas and Carrigan to just chill.
Yeah.
There's no need. We can bring Bendakura in. Willison's doing a job. Jensen, he just he just grabs that number 8 jersey.
Put a 10 on his back, watch him go.
Yeah. And then that might give a chance for somebody else maybe to debut. But I mean, Baker's there.
Please no.
He's been getting picked, so he'll be there. We just need Bendakura to come in, really.
I reckon so.
he can come in and do a job, and then it'll be interesting to see how what the bank up of that is. But yeah, I've put 13 plus. I reckon we can do that. It'll be great. Reece Walsh with Mam again though. Fucking clear the fucking day. I'm not doing anything on that day. I don't want to miss a minute. All right, we'll move on to accountability. The good thing, we're all in this together.
Bro, this is a struggle session for every coach.
Holy fuck! If you use,
I think this is the first time. First time I've got 0. I think this is the first time.
Yeah.
It feels good. It feels good that everybody's with me. You know, like it's not just me by myself.
That's the icing on the cake, isn't it? It's just not you.
Yeah.
Right. Well, to put it in context, going back to my pub tipping that I'm in, the Bully pub,
Yep.
20 people got 0. 20
out of 60
so far. This one, we got Origin to go in this one.
Yeah,
I'm 11th in the comp with 2. So it's been a week. I need to get fucking 2 because I took the Dolphins at last minute. So
yeah mate. If you burnt a joker this round, fucking RIP. Sorry, just delete the app. Fold it in, come back again next year.
Throw your money on the table.
Yeah. But that's what you get when you have buy round footy. Buy round fucking footy.
It happens every fucking year too.
Yep. And we forget.
We got short memories. It's put all the outsiders on in buy round footy because this shit happens. It's like fucking early, the first 2 rounds. Just go opposite to what you think and hope for the best.
I should have sniffed it out when the Dolphins lost, and then I backed that up with an L the next day, and I was like, don't change your tips. Don't change your tips. It's okay. But we had 6 people tied for first place on 2 points.
Nice.
Ringer takes it out because he had the smaller margin in 32.
32. I know, right? Fucking hell. That's when you know you're off, eh?
Yeah.
Wasn't
wild about that. The Dolphins were a fucking offload away from putting 50 on the Bulldogs, putting them out of premiership contention.
Yeah.
You know, the old 50-point rule.
Yeah. Fucking, yep. So, you take it out. Turbo, Russ, and Payne and Haas have a margin. They had a margin of 42, so they tied for that second and third spot. The overall leaderboard, thankfully, Turbo made up a little bit of room on me, but I'm still in the lead by 3 points. Turbo Russ is in second on 52, followed by Master Bateman on 51. Langers, you are sitting pretty in fourth on 50. Gronk is coming up though. He's weaseled his way from last. So let's not gloss over that, thoroughbreds. Gronk was dead set last in this tipping comp. And he has moved his way up to 5th in about 6 weeks. So he's a battler. I'll give him that.
He's coming.
Ringer, mate, you are 1 point behind the Gronk on 46, down in 8th.
Yeah.
So we'll look for a turnaround after Origin period from you, mate.
You know, it's funny. When I got the Dolphins right, I was like, here we go.
I'm back, baby.
Yeah.
Womp, womp, womp. We'll go to the Supercoach comp. Again, buy around footy. Fucking disgusting when it comes to this sort of shit.
Terrible.
I don't actually. I've got it here. So, what'd you do?
We're all finding out for the first time.
Payne in the Hunt, not to be confused with Payne in the Haas from the tipping comp. He killed it this week. Scored 1,048, and he's the only team in our league to clear the 1,000 mark. So well done, mate. Bravo to you. Second, it looks like
we've actually
Gronk
moved up. Sorry, that was just off the. But we've moved up 1 league ranking because of that. So
we're 156 now.
156 now.
Fuck yeah, let's go. Second, it looks like the Gronk has that with 989. Again, he just battles into the background, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's fucking like a pest. I have to call him Nathan Hindmarsh. Third is Remington Steelers. First time that David has been mentioned on the podcast this year. So well done. He ended up with 983. So we'll keep an eye on that with updates. He could sneak one past the Gronk there if updates are favourable to him. But yeah, and other than that, I know I have it here. Poor old BJ's Battlers had an absolute battle on the weekend because he only scored 797. Elsie's Echidnas, they were on track to score at one point there nearly 1,100 points, but had to settle for 977. So the big hitters took a hit at the front, but I mean you get that. You're either gonna make moves during the normal season or make moves during Origin. So we'll see how we go.
Bit of breaking news, Britto. They've just updated. Pain in the Heart got to 1,068. The Immortals got to 1,000.
Oh,
and while Elsie's Echidnas got to 999. So,
right.
we're not doing too bad. The whole penalty Broncos group, and especially a shit show if you didn't captain those boys in the night. So
what did Remington? He dropped the fucking spot. Elsie took him over. Yeah, right. And he's on a clean. I'm at 982. What did you end up with? You 815 for you.
Oh, bro, got fucking folded.
And then Langers.
I didn't even have enough players. Fucking 10.
623.
I'll take that. That's like an average of 60 per player. I'll take that all day.
That's it. Take that on board. All right. We'll move into our tipping now. Who wants to take this off the bat, or do you want me to go first?
I'll go. I'm ready and prepared.
Upper. Send it.
Knights.
Oh.
I know.
What?
I know, right? I'm doing almost the opposite, but for the games anyway, I'm just going the Knights. I'm not even going to explain it. This could all change depending on Origin outs too.
Yeah, fair enough.
Take this with a grain of salt. Storm, Cows, Broncos. Wars, Panthers. Not confident in that one at all, but Panthers. Roosters.
Right.
Roosters. Sunday, I'm thinking maybe just enough time for all the players to get back from the Panthers and the Roosters. So, depending on the game, of course. So, but that's in pencil, all of those ones at the moment.
Righto, we'll throw to you, Langers, mate. What do you got?
I have gone the Dragons, the Storm, Cowboys, Broncos. I've gone the Rabbits. I don't know why. I've just gone the Rabbits. I've gone the Eels because
really like
I'm loving looking at the Panthers at the bottom of the table. That brings me so much joy looking at that.
That's a spy
tip. Hopefully we can continue that. The fact that the Eels can possibly beat the Panthers, and then the Panthers will be looking spoon contention more than the Eels. I think that's borderline fairy tale shit, So
that's fucking the most spiteful thing ever, and I fucking love it.
So we'll go the Eels for that, and we'll go the Raiders.
All right. Yeah, fair enough. I've gone the Dragons. Just to remind everyone how trash the Knights are. I feel like the weekend was a blip. Storm, I don't really need to say anything there. I mean, I thought about Origin, but we'll just go Storm. Yep. Cowboys, kills me to tip them, but if you believe the reports with Galvin not at the Tigers, well, she's hot for the fodder there. We know that Cows have depth in those spots there with the Origin players, so they don't really need to back up either. I've gone the Broncos. They're going to put 50 at 4 Pines.
Excellent. We're going the overs. Thank you.
Yep.
Love that.
Warriors, I'll back them in after a loss.
Yep.
I feel like that was a pretty good clash today. You know, top of the table sort of stuff. It was good.
And they didn't have Barnett or JFH today, so
yeah. So got them. Now Panthers, I have backed the Panthers because of the stakes of what is, like you said, they are on the bottom of the ladder. Melbourne Storm about to do to the Panthers what the Panthers have been doing to all the other teams in the grand final, where you make the grand final and then you just go dog shit because you put so much effort in. Have they come up against the Storm and are just suffering from that? But I also don't think Moses and Lomax, do they back up? Does Cleary back up? Like, they're both in desperate. They both need to make the 8. They're not in good state. So
exactly.
It'll be a good game anyway. But I've gone Panthers at the moment. They could change. And then Raiders winning games that they should. Fucking looking real fucking hot. So we'll back them in for that. I haven't got Gronks either. So probably a reason why he's fucking crept up the ladder, because he just hasn't been telling us his tips, the dog.
Yeah.
But he could be like me and just change them all the time anyway. What I say on the podcast is not a fair representation of what actually goes on the weekend when I talk myself in and out of things.
All right. The Bronco bet, we had 2 legs hit and 2 legs failed, 50%.
Oh.
Gronk and Ringer go bang. Gronk got a tasty little teddy at $3.10.
Oh, love that. Huge.
Fucking love that. Love that. And you got your Lehigh Hopewadi, mate. You were high on Lehigh.
Mate, I was. He scored 3, didn't he? So
yeah.
2,
time.
sorry. He
2.
scored 2. So yeah.
He nearly got a third there though.
Yeah.
He was
in
hot for
one of my Sydney bets. I had exactly the same as us, but with Lehigh for 2. And it banged. I was like, fuck yeah, all I need is the Raiders and Warriors to score 42 plus. And
I did not hit at all. And Langers, mate, your Alamotti bet looked dangerous coming into the weekend.
3 fucking times over the line.
Yeah. So anyway, we move on. Now we've still got 2 legs remaining in the road to $1 million, but it's cooked anyway. We're fucking currently we got,
you'd be hearing about it if it was still going.
4 legs out of 16 so far for a 25% hit. But I think we've still got Zachy Lomax, and I forget the other, and a hammer. So who knows? Maybe we can up them odds there a bit. Percentages, sorry. This week, what I've decided is we're going to go game 1 and 2. Ringer, you can cover that. Game 3 and 4, Langers, you've got that. Gronk can do game 5 and 6, and I'm going to do game 7, and then I'm going to throw a smoky multi together.
Excellent.
Kind of like what you did there last
Cowboys
weekend.
and Broncos, lucky me.
Look at you go.
Look at me go. Fuck yeah.
So yeah, I might do a little bit of a smoky bit there. I don't know what we're going to cook up, but we'll cook up something. All right. Wrap up before we wrap up. Anything to add, gents?
Britto, yeah, mate. Just a quick one about the Galvin situation, and I want to hear your 2 thoughts on this. Do you think that makes the Bulldogs side better, bringing Rocky Galvin in now? Like, I want you to tell me who drops out for him to come in, because, in my opinion, Burton's a 6. He needs to have the hands on the ball with that boot, right? Sexton's been the one driving around the park. Galvin's not a fullback, so Connor Tracy isn't going out. They've got 67 fucking locks between Man and Salmon and that other kid that can't remember his name. But so how do you see him fitting in? Because I just can't see it working at the moment. I don't think he plays 6, because where do you put Burton? And wouldn't that be a big, huge fuck you to Burton? That's brought this team from spoon to top of the table. Sexton, Galvin's not a 7. I don't know. And you can't take those centres out. So, I don't know. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
I'm back at Sexton's got his spot. I think he's just doing too good of a job to where it is. I think Tracy's the loser in this.
Okay.
I think Britto goes back to fullback.
Okay.
And then he can keep his hands on the ball still, get involved in that back line. He can still kick, do all his Burton bombs and whatnot. But you have to play Galvin at 6. There is no other position for him. So that's in my mind, I feel, and so that means you got to move Burton. So I did see someone say Burton to lock, but they've got too many locks. Burton's not there to tackle all game.
Do you want him fucking making 40 tackles? I don't think so.
Yeah, and I can't. You can't move Critter.
No,
I mean, you're not moving.
He's your
that.
captain. Surely they're not doing that.
The only other person is Cherry. But fuck, really? Like again, are you going to move Cherry? So I just feel like, unfortunately for Tracy, no one talks about Connor Tracy. Yeah. Like he is a solid player. Don't get me wrong. There's a reason that they're going as well as what they went. They went 6 games undefeated. He's still a fullback doing a fullback's job. But no one talks about him because he's not a highlight reel. He's not all that sort of stuff. So I feel like that might be what their movements are, which is a big fuck
it's a
you
big
to Tracy.
Call, because, okay, you move Burton to 1. He'd come through 6, and then he won Daliam at centre.
Yeah.
Obviously a skillful player. But if he's never played 1 before, there is a hell of a lot more to fullback than coming around on sweep plays and he's got to start organising defence, the kilometres he's going to have to do. It's such a big call for me. That is why it's so interesting to me. If this is true that the Bulldogs get Galvin, why buy a 6? You know, and if they get rid of Sexton, why play 2 6s?
They can't get rid of Sexton.
Surely to Christ they can't.
They can't. I feel if they do, throw out an SOS, retire Renault, bring Sexton in. Seriously, I would have Sexton at Broncos.
Heartbeat.
Heartbeat. He's
Madden,
good.
all I'm sorry. Goodbye.
Yeah.
He worked so well with us.
Yeah. What about you, Langers, mate? Any thoughts on that situation?
No, it's a good question to pose because I think Galvin can only play 6 as well. He's not going to be playing 7. Matty Burton is doing Matty Burton things, so I don't know why the Bulldogs have even gone after Galvin to be honest. So I think the only way that you'd make it sort of work is I think Connor Tracy does have to miss out and Matty Burton goes back to fullback, which I don't know if that is the answer, but I don't know. Galvin seems to be the player that, he's got another decade in him, so that maybe that's why the Bulldogs have jumped at him to go, oh, well, we can revamp around him and Critter sort of thing, and, we can change it up and whatnot. I don't know, but I wouldn't have even gone after him if I was the Bulldogs, to be honest. I don't think they needed a change up, their fullback, their 6 and their 7 are killing it. So I don't really know why they would feel the need to change that. And I don't know where Lockie goes when he goes there. So
you don't think maybe the only thing that's crept in, but I don't know why you do it, but do you think Critter may be asking for more response? Being captain, is he saying, I want fullback money from now on?
Fuck, that's a good point.
Because he has played.
Would be wasted at centre though, or what?
Fullback before, in those swaps and changes and whatnot. At least he has played fullback. He's never gone well. I don't think the Panthers won a game when he played fullback, but
he's not a good fullback.
He couldn't. Yeah, I just can't pick anything that makes sense to pull apart a team top of the ladder to go, okay, we're going to move Burton to fullback or Critter to fullback. I just can't sort of pull apart. Yeah.
There is one play, and that is Cherry goes to the wing because Burton played left centre when he won Dally M.
And Montoya drop out.
And, is it or Stone Street?
Correct. No, Montoya.
You won't, it'd be Montoya, sorry. Carraz is injured, so he'll have to come back.
Yeah.
But you can't leave Carraz out.
No,
there's no way you can do that. So
the fucking Lambos had burned the show, bro.
mate, be a fucking riot. But then fucking, yeah, I reckon maybe that's the play. Maybe Cherry moves to the wing.
Good shout.
And Montoya drops out.
Montoya
Because
drops
Burton,
out.
that is a left spot where Burton won his Daily M.
Yeah, exactly.
And so that could be the only other
Which
thing.
would be a scary left edge, wouldn't it? If you got Galvin, Tracy, Burton, Cherry, like
Yeah.
big bodies there.
Yeah, that's
Kick out. Sorry,
kick out. Yeah.
pretty good edge.
Oh, that's a great fucking question, mate. Good answers too, I feel. Anything else? I don't think so. I think we'll just recap that we will have a voicemail link.
Oh.
So look for it after the game there, Thoroughbreds. They will be vetted. So,
They have to be.
but in saying that, the vetter is me, and I'm pretty fucking loose. So, as long as you're not cussing out somebody's dog, you should get through. But let us know your honest, raw opinions. It'll help us also guide the tone of the show as well. We'll get the lay of the land of where you guys sit, what your opinions are. And you get your voice on the podcast.
Fuck yeah. Please do, because I fucking love it.
I reckon it'd be great.
Raw emotion.
Raw emotion, all right. So, yeah, look out for that graphic after the game. It'll be out with what your thoughts are, or it might even replace the what your thoughts on the story. And we'll go from there. If there's nothing else, I think we'll wrap that up. We've wasted enough of your time. So if you're listening to us, you've found us. So make sure you share us around, Thoroughbreds. Help us grow the platform. Tell a mate, all that sort of stuff. Make sure you're subscribed to where you are listening to us. Give us a like again. A like on our post costs you guys nothing, but it helps us immensely. A comment gives us motivation and gives us that engagement. We get to see what you guys are thinking at the moment. Sharing our content introduces that to new players to come on board and join us, more followers. And hitting the favorite button is the option. It gives us the engagement and tells us that you like that sort of stuff. So we'll make more content based around that. But bet responsibly, bet for fun and not for the rent. Be a contributor to society. Stay out of one another unless it's consensual. And we will gallop off into the week. Enjoy Origin and go Broncos on the weekend.
Cheers, Thoroughbreds.
Queenslander.
Cattle dog.
Cattle dog. Fuck yeah.
No, absolute diabolical.